thinking what form the collapse or decline is likely to take. I mean, I have some pretty good ideas, and of course we all are sort of aiming our preps to the outcome that we think is going to occur. And I'm just kind of wondering how many people think that the decline is going to be the way that I think it's going to be. Now, a lot of people are expecting a big shit hit the fan situation, and the mohawk wearing guy with the hand crossbow chasing Mad Max on his motorcycle with his homo partner on the back. I remember how shocking that was. First of all, oh, he's trying to kill people, and then, oh, he's gay too. Oh. Well, anyway, I'm not really expecting a road warrior scenario. I'm thinking that the decline and the collapse that is going to occur is going to be a little bit closer to what happened in Argentina or the Weimar Republic, which are bad enough. But of course, if the shit really does hit the fan, I am prepared and I have plans for that contingency, but I think that it's not really going to occur in that way. I have a little list of what I think is going to occur. So you can let me know if you think that, if any of you think that it's going to occur this way too, or what your alternatives might be. My gut feeling is that we'll see a dollar decline. You know, of course, that's already happening. That's a no-brainer. And then, you know, of course, massively increasing prices, and then maybe toward the end of 2010 or mid-2011, we might even see some empty store shelves, because the Chinese currency will, of course, appreciate. I mean, they got to get rid of this peg someday. But, of course, the Chinese currency will appreciate on the dollar before too long. And when that happens, the amount of money necessary to maintain an inventory on your store shelves would of course go way up, right? Now, they would either have to get more money or more credit or something in order to afford that inventory, but if they can't do that, which is possible, we're going to see some empty store shelves. Now, when I was stationed in Turkey back in the 80s, they had some hyperinflation going. Some of the old $100 or 100 lira notes were worth very little, and some of the coins, I mean, they weren't even in circulation at all. I'm not sure what happened after I left Turkey, but it was kind of weird to see numbers that were so big on these bills that bought you like a couple of pieces of big French bread wrapped in newspaper and stuff. But, and there was like stores that I would go to periodically in Turkey where there would be like more empty shelf than there was product. It would be like, and it looked so weird to my American mind to walk into a store and see empty, empty, empty box of crackers, empty, empty, empty 6-pack of sodas, empty, empty, you know, it was bizarre. It was almost sacrilege. Well, anyway, that's the possibility as well. Now, let me see, where was I? I don't think we're going to see the shit hitting the fan. It'll be more like Argentina, I believe. There's a good chance in the next few years that we could see a new currency spring up. Like the dollar is devaluing to such a point that you have to have a $100 bill to buy much of anything. Now, if that happens, we might have a replacement currency. I think that happened in Weimar Republic, where you take $100 and you turn it in for like a $1 bill of the new currency, whatever. Now, that's a possibility as well, and I have plans to deal with that as well. Now, there's some dangers when that happens, because your mortgage could suddenly be less able to be paid, and they could have some special thing for the banks where your mortgage doesn't transfer over the normal way. Instead, it's double. They'll probably pull some kind of bullshit like that. So I have plans on how to deal with that issue as well. Now, let's see. Whenever we have like a hyperinflating currency, like in the Weimar Republic, for example, in that country they made some efforts here and there to, in like a certain city would try to institute its own local currency, and then when that happened, there was like a massive amount of sudden increase in economic activity and well-being and trade and industry, and then their feds, rolled in and raided the place and burned the money and said it's illegal, and then that city was forced to fall back into the depression, the hyperinflationary depression that the rest of the country was in. Now, whenever a group of criminals can create money out of nothing, most horrible nightmare for them is for people to realize this and stop using their currency. And they will utilize military and police and bombs and whatever tool comes to hand, even possibly hired assassins, to get rid of the people who are instituting these alternative currencies and stuff like that. So it's local currencies are around, and maybe they're tolerated for now, but it's possible that that could be less tolerated when hyperinflation really starts kicking in. Now, the only benefit to that would be that if hyperinflation was kicking in, government power would be decreased, and it's possible that police ordered to raid these places might not do it. They'd have to have their own Blackwater people to do it or some shit. But yeah, well, anyway, you could have all kinds of nastiness happening around alternative currencies. Another idea is, or another possibility, which has almost happened before, they might make precious metals illegal, because that would be another form of alternative currency which would make people able to not use the dollar, right? Now, silver and gold and everything, yes, I put away some silver and gold. No great fortunes of them or anything. I just have, I'd put a couple hundred here and a couple hundred there, and just nothing really huge, though. But basically, that monetary resource could be lost to me if they make it illegal to use precious metals. Now, they might cause a thing where you would turn in your silver or gold or whatever for their fiat dollars, and if that happens, I might be tempted to put some of it in there, because I have a safe deposit box with some, but the rest of it, I'll just leave it all where it is, because and then I would just probably lose it until it became like legal again 10 years from now or whatever. But I probably wouldn't, I might not turn it all in. Most people probably wouldn't. They would just sort of forget about it. And that is probably the main reason. I mean, they'd love to get their greedy little banker hands on all that silver and gold, but the majority of the reason for making it illegal might be just to force people to continue using the hyperinflating dollar. Now, of course, I have plans on what to do if that situation occurred, and how to deal with it as well. But so let's review all of the things that I'm expecting.